Oh, okay.
Okay, we're going over to our bolsters and we're going to roll down on our back. And let's start with some deep breaths. And as we're laying down, we're going to start to reach the arms out and up and slow the breath down with some angel arms. And start to feel the body opening up. And let's do a few more. And last one, we're going to reach the arms up and lengthen even more and reach one arm more than the other and go side to side with the arms and feel that deeper stretch. And then we're going to hold the forearms or the elbows and take a couple more breaths, opening the shoulders and the chest. And then we're going to bring the arms out and down and put our hands on the ribs, the low ribs. And let's take a few breaths here, getting centered. And one more deep breath. And now we're going to roll to the right side and start some shoulder circles. And do a couple with just the shoulder. And then start to lengthen the circle and reaching around with the elbow. So you can really feel the whole chest, shoulder, and arm opening. And we're going to hold the arm open, gently reaching to the side and taking a few more breaths. And let's bring the arm back around so we can face the bolster with our chest and do our twist and lengthen forward with the arms. And let's take 5 slow breaths. And then we're going to bring our hands closer and press ourselves up and twist to the right and feel that extra twist in the upper back. And then let's turn to the other side. So we're going to start with our shoulder circles with the right arm. And take your time, feel the opening. And when the shoulder is a little bit more open, start to reach the elbow around. And then all the way around with the arm. So you feel that deeper stretch and lengthening. we're going to hold the arm open for a bigger stretch as we lengthen the right arm. And take a couple more slow breaths. And now we're going to bring the arm around and let's do the twist and put the chest down on the bolster and lengthen the arms forward. And take 5 slow breaths. And now we're going to bring our hands closer as we press ourselves up and twist to the left and lengthen. And let's release and straddle our bolster. And we're going to start by putting our hands on the bolster and closing our eyes and just feeling how the body is right now, and start to make a little shift, a little circle with the whole upper body. And we're pressing the hips down. And let's try that circle in the opposite direction. And we're going to turn this into a forward fold. And take a few more breaths. And let's start to roll back up to our seated position. And then we're going to twist to the right. And twist to the left. And let's come back to the center. And now we're going to take the right ear toward the right shoulder. And go to the other side. Allow the head to come over to the left. And notice what's stretching. And we're going to bring the head back to the center and turn just the head to the right. And then over to the left. And back to the center. And now we're going to put our hands behind the hips and squeeze the shoulder blades together as we inhale and look up. And then trying another forward fold, just for a few breaths, hinging forward. Maybe we're a little bit longer now. And let's take 3 more breaths. And we're going to sit back up and just take a breath. So as we're sitting here, remind yourself about your kidneys. So just think about where your kidneys are behind the back. And just send your awareness into that area today for extra cleansing for our body. Now we're going to take our right hand down and reach the left arm over. And feel that deeper stretch. And let's go to the other side, left down, right arm over. And then back to the center. And we're going to take the bolster over to our right leg and lengthen forward, reaching for the foot. And remember the kidneys, so we're kind of squeezing everything here. We're going to just keep that in our awareness. Let's take a couple more deep breaths. And now we're going to turn this into our side stretch. Keep the right arm down and bring the left arm over. And let's come back up. And before we move the bolster, just kind of notice one side's a little bit more awake than the other. So now let's switch the bolster and move it onto our left leg and lengthen toward the foot. And then we're going to turn this into our side stretch. Keep the left arm down and bring the right arm over. And now let's gently release as we come on up. And feel the right side and the left side. And let's move the bolster. So we're going to crisscross our legs and bring the bolster in front of us. And again, not only the hips here we're feeling, but notice the kidney area stretching as well. So consciously breathing into the kidneys. And let's take 5 more breaths. And then we're going to slowly come back up and we're going to turn this into a side stretch. So we're going to move the bolster underneath our right side and it's horizontally under our right side. And as we lay down on it, the whole right side is supported. We're going to bring the left arm over our head and breathe. If you need something for your head, you could use your block or a pillow. And let's soften and take 5 breaths. And as your body opens, start to roll the chest farther open so you could intensify the stretch if it's comfortable. And now we're going to bring the arm back around and gently roll or press yourselves up and turn to the other side. So the bolster will be under the left side and our right arm is reaching over the head. First of all, just kind of let yourself settle in. The side might be different. And we're softening each breath. And as the body opens, gently roll the chest open and feel this deeper stretch. And let's roll back to the side. So we're going to slowly bring the arm back down and using the hands, pressing ourselves up. And we're going to sit and bring the bolster on our side so that we could come down on our back and just see how the whole spine is doing. Close the eyes, knees facing the ceiling, and soften the jaw. And then we're going to start our pelvic tilts. Pressing the back down and releasing, and lengthening the toes and the feet as they press down. And notice how the thighs are nice and firm as we're doing this, and the glutes. And let's start to roll the hips up and down. And we're going to do 3 more. And this is our last one. And as we lengthen upwards, we're going to slide the bolster underneath our back and feel that support underneath us, lifting the upper back, rolling the shoulders down. And notice how the shoulder blades are lengthening as the chest opens. And softening the jaw so the chin is slightly tucked. And we're breathing into the belly, as well as remembering where the kidneys are. So the bolster is right on the kidneys. You know, we're pressing down, all this movement is helping to detoxify us. Really good with the way the air is. And let's reach both legs straight up, and we're going to bend the legs and straighten and do a few as we point and flex the feet. Just wake up the feet at the same time. And 1 more. And now let's point and flex even more with the feet, really stretching the toes. And then opening with the circles. And then circling in the opposite direction. And let's try our opening our legs out and slowly bringing them back in, extending through the heels. And 1 more. Now let's try our big circles as we point the toes. Reach the legs out. So different muscles are being used. We're going to do 2 more in this direction. Slowly. So you've really got to control the movement and use the core. And then let's go in the opposite direction. And we're consciously opening our body. And let's do 1 more time. And as we bring the legs back to the center, we're just going to relax the legs and soften our eyes. And with this soft gazing, this drishti gazing, we're going to start to feel our feet, our ankles, our lower legs, the knees, the thighs, and into the hips. Any kind of tingling sensation, blood flow and energy. And notice the breath as it comes into the belly, bringing in energy and vitality. Feel the ribs widening with each breath. And the whole mechanism of the breath. Feel how the back of the head is pressing down into the mat, as well as the upper back and the shoulder blades, the hips. So after a while of this soft gazing and breathing, we're allowing ourselves to observe our body. And slowing the breath down. At the same time, giving thanks for our heartbeats and our breath. And let's take 5 more breaths. And if you have an intention for today, bring the intention and feel the intention. And then we're going to close our eyes and continue to softly breathe. And notice the difference from when the eyes were open and now the eyes are closed. Feel the facial muscles softening. And let's bend the legs, and we're going to put our feet back on the mat and continue to breathe with our eyes closed. So we're feeling the legs now, the energy coming back into the legs and the feet. And let's take a few slow breaths. And with the mind's eye, watch the belly rising and falling with each breath. And we're going to bring our hands to the bolster. And as we lift the hips, let's move the bolster away. So we're going to put up the back of our legs on the bolster and either bring your legs over the bolster like that or into our butterfly pose. Either way, that's comfortable. And feel the whole breath in the belly, the mid-chest, and the upper chest. And let's feel the right side of our body all the way down to the toes. And then the left side of the body all the way down to the toes. We're going to feel the right arm as it presses down into the floor, and the left arm. Feel the right shoulder and the right shoulder blade, and the left shoulder and the left shoulder blade, and into the heart center. So we feel ourselves breathing into the heart center. And we're going to bring our awareness to our fingertips and then our hands. And let's start to reach our arms over our head and stretch, feeling the lengthening of the whole body. And we're going to roll to the side. And let's press ourselves up to our seated position. So we're going to do our pretzel pose as we sit on the bolster on the left side of our bolster and bring the right leg in front of us and left leg behind. And we're going to start to easy does a twist to the right. Allow the left hip to reach up a little bit more and lengthen. And wherever you're comfortable, you can lay or extend to the right and breathe. And now we're feeling our breath in our left side. And let's start to walk ourselves forward. So we're hinging from the hips. And squeezing the right hip, so we're bringing more blood flow into the hip. And we're going to slowly sit back up and just feel. And now let's take our right hand down to the right, left arm over. And feel this deeper stretch. You can start to lengthen the right arm if it's comfortable for you. And then we're going to gently come back up and take a deep breath. Kind of notice the difference between the right side and the left side. And we're going to switch our legs. So we're going to scoot over to the right side of our bolster and bring the left leg in front and the right leg behind. And when you're ready, we're going to start to twist to the left as we lift the right hip up and come into this deeper twist and breathe. And a couple more breaths. And now we're going to walk forward, that same hip hinge, this time squeezing the left hip and bringing in more blood flow to the left hip. And let's come back to the center, slowly coming back up. And we're going to bring the left arm down, right arm over. And feel free to come as wide or deep as is comfortable. So we're going back into the side stretch. And let's gently come back up. So we're moving slowly. And we're going to sit cross-legged here for a second. And hinge forward. So now we're kind of squeezing both hips. And noticing again the back of our body, the kidneys lengthening here. Let's walk our arms to the right. And then over to the left. And back to the center. And we're going to sit up and let's lift the arms up. We're going to lift up with the arms and look up. And then bring the arms down as we look down. And let's do that a couple more times. Nice deep breaths. Even noticing the tips of the fingertips as you do this. Last time, reaching up. And then we're going to bring the arms down and let's put our feet down on the mat. And we're going to lean forward so you could widen the legs. It's kind of like happy baby. And now we're lengthening the low back, letting the head release, feeling that deeper stretch in the spine. And last deep breath. And we're going to come up, bring the legs together, and let's hug the left arm around both legs as we twist to the right. So now we're really squeezing those kidneys as we lengthen upwards. And let's try that as we bring the right arm around the legs and twist to the left. And come back to the center. And now we're going to sit like butterflies and hinge forward. So going deeper for that groin stretch, pressing the feet together. And let's slowly sit back up and twist to the right again. And now let's twist to the left. So all the twists are really good for the kidneys, detoxification, and for the spine, mobility. And we're going to come to the center and just cross the legs, crisscross the legs. Close the eyes, flip the palms up, and just feel now. Feel your whole body, softening the hands and the fingers. Noticing the movement of the spine as you breathe into the belly and feel the breath coming all the way up the front of the body and down on the exhale, the whole back side of your body. And we're wishing ourselves good health, harmony, peace for our homes and our families, for our communities, our country, and sending peace to our brothers and sisters all over the world. And let's seal in our practice as we bring our hands to our heart with that wish of peace. Let's take a deep inhale and sigh. One more time. Namaste. Thanks, ladies.
That was lovely, Marian. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful
Thanks, Mary.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.